All right, so we changing the V8 supercharged Land Rover, and I had problems just looking at this and trying to figure out where the clips were. It's enough talking, let's get to it. So the first screws are right here. We're gonna take this off, faking it like we got some screws. Okay, now the second screws, right? Because if you try to lift this off, look at this. It's not going nowhere, all right? So what we gotta do is we gotta figure out where the rest of the screws at. All right, so this is the air cabin filter right here, right? I already took the air cabin filter out, but this is the air cabin filter. You just hit these 1, 2, 3, 4, and this comes out. Just push it down. You might need somebody on the other two if your hand's not long enough, but that's not what this video about. The video is about how do you move this engine cover, and how do you get to the spark plugs. All right, so we got this 2 bolts right here, 1, 2. We just used the ratchet, we took that off. We used this ratchet, we took that off. And we're gonna move this little rubber piece. Okay, we're acting for you. And that's it. Okay, now, if you can come over on this side, and if we can look pretty close, we got 1 screw here, 1 screw there. Now, just to make the video very quick for everybody that was trying to figure this out, I'm just gonna take this off and this cover should remove. That's it. We have access to the spark plugs, and I might come back to show you how that happens. Thank you. All right, so we already removed this top cover here, all right, the engine cover by removing these bolts here, all right, 1 and 2. We got this out. Remember, this is the cabin air filter right here. Once that's removed, you get access to the block, and we all know European vehicles, everything's tight. So let's come down here. All right, and what you can see is you got the spark plugs right here. You got the spark plugs inside, and then here are the the wires or coils. No, the wires on top, or the coils, I'm not sure. Either way. All right, so the way this works is there's a cover that sits on top of this. You just pop that off, you get access to this, and then you take off these bolts right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and you just push this up, go in, change the spark plugs. Believe it or not, for this vehicle here is NGK, not Bosch. I think double platinum iridium, but anyway, call Land Rover, see exactly what it is according to your VIN, and make sure. But I will suggest, and I don't normally do this, I know it's a lot of talk on this video, but if you have not done spark plugs before, I really wouldn't suggest doing it on this vehicle, because everything's very expensive, and you screw up, you're going to be paying big time for it. So practice on something else, but I'm not even going to show how to take out the spark plugs, but I am going to show you what I used over here, which is that's why we got this. I use this magnet right here. All right, so let's go ahead and get that, and here. Okay, so yeah, you definitely want to put everything's tight in here. They have 8 million things going on, so you want to put all your tools, all your screws in an accessible place. But I use the 5/8. I use this magnet to actually go in and take out the spark plugs. And if something else fell down there, I use my ratchets and this here. That's all I actually use to take everything off. Oh, and then of course this to tighten up or tighten and remove the bolt here, right there. And that's it. It took me about 2 hours, and I've done plenty of spark plugs. And you just got to be taking your time and make sure it's done right. But everything checked out pretty good, and we're good to go. That's how you change a spark plugs, and I guess even wires on your Land Rover, Range Rover. Not trying to get extra tight with it. Let's see, there's another one back here. We already tightened it. There we go, a little fake screw. All right, give me just a second. Now we take this cabin air filter thingy, and let's just put this on the ground. But we're gonna take this, and there's actually some check over here for me. Just come through here so they can see. See, there's like this little track. You see that? I don't know if you can see that. Anyway, it's this track that it goes into, right? And we're gonna just line that up, and we're just gonna drop it in, and then that actually lines up here where you. Let me see. I'm hitting something back there. This might. All right, let me see. Okay, yeah, that goes under. So that goes. Let's see if it clicks. Still recording? Mm-hmm. So we got that in there. Okay. We're just buttoning everything up. It's like extra hot here in Atlanta, so I'm trying to get this thing done. ASAP. And let me see what size this is. I'm taking a 13 millimeter. And I'm just gonna tighten everything up here. It just tightens up. And here. I got one more thing to do. This is rubber piece that goes across the top here. And we will call it done. Okay, again, we're not trying to get everything extra tight. Want to make sure we got all our tools out the way. And the last thing I need to do is put this strip. How did this strip go? I think the strip went like this. I hope. Like this. It has to be at the very tip. Right there. And that is it. And that's it. Alright, let's see what we got. This is after a few drive cycles. OBT2. It's my personal. See what we got. Let's see what we got. Okay, no codes. And that's green. Looks like we're good to go. Spark plugs worked.